Well, the transportation industry would be thrilled if Congress could pass a multi-year surface transportation bill, but that's not going to happen before September 30th when the FAST Act expires. We believe the best alternative is a one-year clean extension of the federal highway and transit programs through fiscal year 2021. We're asking for this one-year extension because states and transit agencies need to know that the federal investment that they depend on will be there throughout the year. It wasn't that long ago that the industry really suffered through dozens of short-term extensions before Congress finally passed the FAST Act. A one-year extension would give states the certainty they need to plan, let, and build projects through the 2021 construction season. Emergency funding for state DOTs is needed because we have seen a significant decrease in the amount of tax revenue being collected at the state level. Revenue that state DOTs count on to fund their construction programs, operate and maintain our transportation network, and to keep state DOT employees on the job. In the early months of COVID-19, stay-at-home orders caused some states to experience a 40 to 50% decrease in driving. That caused a free fall in the amount of gas tax revenues collected by states. Driving has increased as these stay-at-home orders have been lifted, but the lost revenues won't be replaced unless Congress steps in to provide emergency relief directly to state DOTs. We're anxious to get an update on the status of the Federal Highway Trust Fund because it'll give us a clearer picture of how the COVID-19 pandemic is negatively impacting the revenue sources that feed into the trust fund. Prior to the pandemic, revenue projections revealed the Highway Trust Fund was already in crisis. The trust fund was going to fall roughly $195 billion short of supporting even the current funding levels for our federal surface transportation programs over the next 10 years. So addressing the long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund must be a top priority for Congress. Transportation has always been a bipartisan issue because it helps all Americans. It creates jobs, makes communities safer, and better connected through improved roadways, transit, bike lanes, and pedestrian walkways. And during times of national or regional crisis, it supports everything from evacuations to movement of life-saving medical supplies, food, and water. We've laid out a plan for greater investment in transportation that will give our industry a fighting chance to keep projects operating, people working, and the nation building and fixing the transportation infrastructure we're going to need for decades to come.